Afternoon campers, as promised I'm back. You've just caught me in the middle of mixing the icing sugar into my chocolate topping, my chocolate icing for the chocolate cake I made earlier. It looks a bit of a mess, but what you do is melt 2 ounces of butter, add cocoa powder, cook the cocoa powder for a couple of minutes on a very low heat in the melted butter, and then you add the icing sugar. This is what it looks like. Oh, it's not going. Here we go. You see, it looks a bit of a mess, doesn't it? But what we do now is add milk. This is a brilliant little tiny jug, and I've measured out 3 tablespoons of milk, and we're going to mix that in now. I'm going to put you back up the top because I can't mix and hold the phone at the same time. So here we go, back up to the top. You need to beat it quite quickly, and it goes pretty naff at first because it goes lumpy and runny. It just doesn't look very pleasant at all, actually. I don't think well, perhaps I should show you what it looks like. Hold on, I'm going to do this. You see, it's a bit, you can probably see it looks lumpy and not very nice at all. But you just keep mixing and pressing down, and you eventually get a beautiful, shiny chocolate icing that's very, very rich. I said in the cake recipe that there was chocolate in it. What I actually meant was cocoa. So I'm beating this, as you can see. You're pressing down all the time to get rid of the lumps, and it will, as I say, come out really beautifully. When I've started putting the mincemeat together as well, so that's quite exciting. Do you like a bit of mincemeat? Right, here we go. It's looking much better now, and it's much thicker. Once the icing and the lumps have disappeared, it starts to thicken up, and as it cools off, it actually gets thicker. So we're going to have to come back to this for me to pour it onto the cake, because while it's hot, it will just run off the cake. You just need to let it cool for a little bit before pouring it over. But the cake, do you want to have a quick look at the cake? Here we go. Look, can you see the cake? Yes, there you go. That's 1/2 of the cake. Top side down. So I don't like chocolate cake, but I like this. There you go. Right, that's enough of that. I'm going to let this stand now, and we can go over and look at the mincemeat, because again, that's just so easy. It can be a little bit time consuming when you have to zest lemons and oranges and juice them, but the result is so worth it, because there's nothing quite like homemade mincemeat. Now I'm going to have to just bring all my boxes and things over to put my phone back on, so you're not looking up my nose. There we go, back again. Oh, let's just show you the mincemeat that I've done so far. I'm making 5 pounds, well actually it's more than that. It's 5 pounds of fruit, mixed fruit, that I'm using in this mincemeat. For every 5 pounds of fruit, I use just 1 pound of sugar and 1 pound of suet. The quantities of the mixed spices, there's mixed spice, there's cinnamon. I put allspice in mine as well, because I do like the flavour of allspice. Don't just put a little bit in, make it really tasty. You need at least five or 6 heaped tablespoons of the mixed spice. You don't really need too much cinnamon, because cinnamon's got a very, very strong flavour. So just sort of about 1/2 tablespoon of cinnamon, and probably a tablespoon of mixed spice. Allspice. Now I've mixed that up nicely. Let's just quickly show you. So it's nice nice and evenly mixed. I'm going to now add, this is all the lemon and orange zest that I zested earlier before I came online, because it takes a long time. You're going to mix that in as well, make sure that's spread over evenly. And also in here, grated earlier, is 2.5 pounds of grated apple. That's not 2.5 pounds whole apples, that's end weight. So after they've been peeled and cored, it's 2.5 pounds of grated apple, which you again mix into your fruit. Nice even mix on it. Let me oh, hold on. Just wipe my. There you go. See, look, it's all going in nicely. And then the last thing we add to this at this point is the juice of the oranges and lemons. Pour it over. Pour it through your fingers, because you don't get all the pips. It doesn't matter how many, how good your zester is, or you know, not zester, juicer is. You always tend to get pips. So if you run it just through your fingers, you can catch all the pips that you've missed. Oh, one got through. Let's get rid of those ones. And then when that's done, you pop it into a very, very low oven. Now I can't do this yet because I've got some more Christmas cakes actually in the oven. Let's see if I get some big ones out. The rest of the orders that I've got. So once they are out, the oven will be turned off for a little while to cool down, and this will go in. You'll leave it in there 4 hours, maybe 5. It depends on you. Oh, it's a whole bunch of things here. My fault. Trying to do too much at once. That's it. I don't mind 1 or 2 pips in the mincemeat, but you don't want a whole mouthful. Yeah, so it'll go in a really, really low oven. When it comes out, while it's still hot, you put it into your jars. So warm up the jars first, so you get a real good seal. When you put the lid on, you put greaseproof over the top, and then the lid. But if you heat the jars up and you're putting hot mincemeat in there, that will really give it a good seal. But before you actually put the lid on and the greaseproof, put a glug of brandy in each bottle or each jar. That's very nice. Now, as I say, once you've made this, you will not go back to buying mincemeat, because the flavours in this and the moistness is phenomenal. It's just absolutely delicious. Can't wait to start making my mincemeat plats. Yeah, it's just lovely. Oh, getting quite hungry now. I could eat a mincemeat plat now all to myself. Never mind. Right, so it's all nicely covered in the juices. Let me just quickly show you what it's looking like. Ta-da. And then that will go as soon as oh, I don't know what happened there. That's it. Okay, so as soon as the cakes are out of the oven, the mincemeat will be going in. Can't wait. Anyway, so that's it. Let's go back to the cake, see if I can do any more with that before we go. I'll take you over there. I'm not going to take all... Look, this is what I balance everything on, so you're not looking up my nose. Says Angela, with it looking up her nose. No, it's still too warm. Never mind. give you a quick look though. There's the chocolate sauce now. Still a little bit lumpy because I was trying to rush it for you all, but they will soon come out. But that's it. So Alan's got his chocolate cake this evening, I'm pleased to say, and that's it. Yeah, I'm finished today. That's it. Oh, hi Sophie, Ralston, Donna. Oh my gosh, everyone's watching. Thanks, Janine. Yeah, it's yeah, quite like my colour of the hair now. It's it looks lush. It is lush actually. I'm off now. I'll be back with the mincemeat later, not today, perhaps tomorrow. See you all soon. Bye.